Hello, good evening, you guys, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. So make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of those wonderful, wonderful things, you guys. Y'all want to talk about, y'all know, there's been a lot of hype behind Jay-Z's concert. And I have to say, let me go ahead and put my little 2 cents in on it. Just from the snippets that I saw, Beyonce ate, as the young people say, Beyonce ate. Okay, she always does good shows though. Jay-Z looked good. Okay, he's, you could tell he's been working out. Okay, he cut the turds off of his head, and he had his daughter out there playing the piano. So, you know what I have to say? I'm not a hater. What we was witnessed in my eyes is black excellence. Okay, the whole family, they've made their daughter um, basically a star. They've set a stage. They've given her a platform. Okay, she definitely has an advantage, and if she wants to be in the industry, I think that that's a good thing for them to do that. Okay. I don't see anything wrong with them. Who's better than your parents that could keep you protected? At this point, they are celebrities. So their daughter wouldn't have to go through all of the things that a lot of other young celebrities would have to go through, right? Because they put a lot of these young people through um, a lot of unnecessary hell because of the sickness and the pedos in Hollywood. So now I didn't see Yo Gotti at Jay-Z's thing. Okay, I didn't see him there, but it seems like to me he was in New York. He claimed he was, y'all know he claims he has some type of softball team, okay, that he owns a half of a percentage of. And he was showing that. And it's funny because I talked about that he started showing himself a lot when this situation happened with Big Moochie Grape. Okay, I think because we have been talking about his artist so much. It seemed like to me Moneybag them popped out. Okay, with his um how am I trying to put it? Because I like Moneybag. I think he's a talented rapper. He's popped out with his lab grown jewelry, because we know he can't afford it because people be trying to hunt him down to pay some bills. His lab grown jewelry, I think he and Ari are showing themselves more because I think he's finally figured out that if they show each other more, if they're together more and they show, like that, if this power couple, it will boost, their sales of whatever that is. Okay. um, yeah, and they made sure that they got all of Young Mob indicted. So I think he feels like it's safe to peep his head on out the door now. So he outside too, child. But Yo Gotti was outside. Okay. Now we all know, okay, and I know folks be saying I try to be hard on Yo Gotti. I guess they said she goes away, child. I'm sitting here trying to do a test now. That's why I decided to jump on because I was gonna get on live. I ain't gonna be able to get on, and I'm feeling myself because I got my stiletto fingernails on, child. I went and I got the press ons, whatever they call it, the GLX. Okay. But anyway, so I'm feeling myself on that. Okay, they long and pretty. But I know they people gonna say, well, she just be hating on Gotti. I was intending to talk about Gotti um yesterday. I didn't get the opportunity. I got to finish up a test tonight, so I'm just gonna drop this video, okay? And so shout out to Steven, because y'all know Steven and Cypress, they lacing me up. Okay, they'll send me something. Everybody, all of my people, Steven, Cypress, the Black Barbie, everybody. Okay. Um, yeah. Hold on one second. Let's see. I want to show y'all Yo Gotti. Okay, Yo Gotti has been out, and he's been out looking paranoid. Okay, I don't know if y'all have seen him. Somebody took a picture of him. Okay, and it looked like it spooked him. It looked like it spooked him when he when he was looking at the picture, because he probably didn't know if it was um a camera or a weapon. Okay, he had them boys to go sneaked off like that. Okay, after they snugged off, he went up. His credit line went up. Okay, they gave him a bigger credit line for taking out a black man that would have put the music industry and all of the Jewish members of that run the industry, that really run it, that own the Jay-Z's and stuff. So you get a black man who had went and acquired his own money and had a lot of it and could fund himself. So Yo Gotti, they took his credit line up, because you get a good Negro to go take out a black man that would have that would have put the industry in jeopardy. Okay, um, or somebody that could kick knowledge to who these people gain their generational wealth off of, and that is taking advantage of young and old black folks. Okay, so you get a good Negro like him, and God whooping that ass cat raggedy. Okay, God whooping that ass cat raggedy, because God says, Pharaoh, you got to let my people go. Yo Gotti and them are pharaohs. You go and take out a black man in your own hometown because of your jealousy and because you wanted to do the work of the masters. Okay, but let's look at him. I think I know what's going on. Okay, let's look at him, because y'all know I get the preaching. Um, Here you go. And the folks was wearing him out. Okay, she said cheesy smile, but you get it right there. Okay, look at his ass. Yo Gotti's look on his face. Oh, Lord, you can't get past his head, but that chain don't look real. It look a little shiny. Okay, but Yo Gotti got that look in his eyes. You know what, that quote in the Bible that says, "What good is it for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?" A picture of Yo Gotti ought to be right next to that. When you open his face, ought to be his head. Okay, well you probably wouldn't be able to put the whole head next to it. Okay, but just something where people would know his name or something, because the head ain't gonna fit next to it. But his name, okay, his name or some other should be next to it, because looking at his face, it shows and tells it all. What good is it for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? And the folks in the comments wearing them out. Lady said, it's Dolph. The guy said, he has that look like he knows it's just a matter of time. His homie too. They said, y'all should have jacked this chain and got some hits in for Dolph. Oh Lord, somebody talking about his brother, ain't gonna repeat that. They said big CEO. I know Mario, not Yo Gotti. That's two different people. Look, they just got Dolph pictures, okay? That dude took a hit for doing that. Okay. And I bet you now that he's had the time to simmer, and he sees that he got it, and his eyes. Okay, but I ain't through. Let's keep going, because I was getting ready to really get into it. Okay. Let's go. Let's see what else. Steven sent me something else. Okay. Um, is this it right here? Okay, that's money. That's money never had. Okay, money never had. They call him money bag. That's money never had. Okay. Let's see. I call him money never had. Let's see, you guys. Okay, so here it is right here. Don't worry, I'm gonna get back into my books. Okay, I know they're saying why she have to come up. I got to turn my test in. Okay, so it's the history test. It snuck up on me because I would have been did it. I just happened to look this morning. Oh my God, how in the hell did I miss that? It was due yesterday. The grace period is today. Ain't that something? And she gives a lot of work. You have to write the two essays before you do the test. I didn't wrote one essay. I'm on the second one. Okay, so okay, I'm getting ready to show y'all something. All right. So DJ Cat, is that how you call it? Khaled, DJ Khaled. He looks familiar. It's something about these celebrities' eyes. They be wanting to be in the industry so bad. And he the only one that's really probably got some money out there. Okay. He the only one. And I don't know about LeBron. Ever since he was carrying that purse, I don't know. I ain't had. Okay, I ain't got nothing to say. We already know what the rumors have been on these two, and it's ironic that they both together. Let's keep going. I wasn't even intending to. Okay. Oh, and look at him hooked up with his wife. See, that's what I'm talking about. These men ought to be ashamed of themselves. That I remember we used to wear these types of shorts, the girls back in the 80s. Okay, the girls did. It's funny how things have changed. But look at here. This is what I was trying to get to. Y'all, this man is troubled. Look at his eyes. Okay, it is a spirit. And people in the comments saying, you see what I'm talking about? I hadn't even read these comments. They said, why your God got the Dirk eyes? And somebody said he been scared everywhere he go now. He spooked. He slept with his his eyes wide open. The comments ought to be ashamed of themselves. They said, rest in peace, dog. They said God is scared. Boy, look lost and scared. God got them Dirk eyes. You're paranoid now. They said God is looking like I ain't got long. Now look at this, y'all. Your God has been looking weird like this for a long time. Okay, but number one, I believe those spirits have overtaken him. Okay, you have to think about when you go and you pay to have a man murdered just because you are jealous, a man that ain't did nothing to you. Because people talk every day. Look at how many people talk about him now. Okay, and and then you have to constantly look over your shoulders. You already know the folks want to get you. They doing all they can to be able to get a strong indictment on you. If you don't, I've been telling y'all that for the longest, but when Hernandez Govan said it, I guess y'all will believe him. Y'all believe him. And some people still don't want to believe it. They don't want to go against Hernandez Govan now. They feel like it's safer to go against me. But I've been saying it for the longest. They wanted this guy and they've been trying to get him, and they're gonna get him. Okay, it's just gonna take the right person. Not being able to feed the beast, or the beast getting tired of being fed behind a cell, getting his meat through a jail. He getting his raw meat through a jail cell. Okay, so and then too, here's what it is. I think I know, y'all. I believe he didn't got so stressed out. Remember, he said he was scared of his own damn shadow, and he was scared to go in his house and with his security and his dogs there. If his house was a little bit too dark, he go sleep in a hotel. Like killing Dolph done made this man lose his mind. Okay, but I think I know what it is. I believe you got it on that cocoa. He got them. He got that look of them people that be on, and he got the money at this point to go because he don't pay nobody, so he got the money to get that real cocoa. It ain't got to be the crack. Okay, because you know crack is whack. He got the money to get the pure cocoa, and it stretches their eyes wide. Okay, I believe like the person in the comment says he sleep with them eyes wide open. Okay, he sleeps with his eyes wide open. I believe that's what it is. I've been telling y'all he looked like he on that cocoa. Okay. And when you're stressed out, you know the folks want you, you know the folks secretly constantly trying to build a case because you the bag. They got to drain the swamp. You and the rest of them. Y'all can go sit out on the water and sail all day long. They gonna get you. Okay. They gonna get you when y'all wanna, you know, talk and all that you think you're safe in the water. They be having, don't the army or the military or whatever, they have the submarines on the water. Okay. They might have, if they got eyes in the sky, I believe they got eyes in the water. Okay. Now he ain't gonna want to go get on the water no more. Y'all know he a fan of the show. Okay. So, anyways, y'all, he looks out of place. You know, he did all this. He killed Dolph and did all he did. Because he done did a whole heap of a lot more than that. He ruined lives and got people, you know, because as a result of him just having to take out his competition, he got other little rappers involved, like Black Youngster and Black Youngster Mind Gone, really. Moneybag Yo broke. Um, um, Money Never Had is broke. And I like Moneybag. I don't even like talking bad about Moneybag, but Moneybag and them, but I tried to tell them, I said they playing a different game. I tried to tell these dudes, I said Moneybag them playing a different game. They get their folks to call and tell on y'all. Okay. In my opinion. Okay, in my opinion, that's what I believe. But sure enough, what started happening? I mean, hell, the over on the federal website, the public website, it was up there, right? Y'all remember I read that? You know, and it was other vloggers that read it too, where you know they got stupid dude. That's why Moneybag can do music. He wanted to start back traveling. He didn't have to do as much when they was raking finesse 2 times over the coal. That was good. He was making a lot of money because finesse 2 times was hot. So they was getting majority of his money. So he didn't really have to do anything other than dodge his creditors and um buy Ari lab grown jewelry. And I guess he could pay his mortgage and all of that, you know, or his rent. Okay. And all of that without really going out on the road. Now that Finesse 2 times won't put out no more records, he rather just become a streamer. You know, it's real sad because I was listening to Finesse 2 times say the other day that Pooh Shiesty was in a better position than him. And you know he's in a dark place. If Pooh Shiesty is looking at never coming home for a real long time, for at least if they give him 20 years, he's lucky. If Shiesty gets 20 years, he'll be lucky. Okay. I think if they offer him 10 years, he'll plead out. If they give him a 10-year plea, he'll plead. Okay, because that's gravy for what he's looking at. But for Finesse, who is on the outside, who has his freedom to say that Shiesty is in a better position than him, then you know, that's really sad. You know, the way that they have tried to cut off Finesse 2 times water. But you know, we tried to tell these little dudes that, you know, Dolph was killed because they wanted to do the same thing to Dolph that they ultimately did to Finesse 2 times in them. They like to get their competition, whoever is hot or competition who potential threat close to them, and sign them and own them, and then um, shut them down. That's what they did to Finesse. That's what they've done to other people. They couldn't do it to Dolph because he knew the game. Okay, and so they decided to shut him down another way, and that was to take his life. That's the worst thing they could have ever did, right? But now the thing about it is now they're looking at look at how God his eyes are. He gotta always look over his shoulder. Okay, Moneybag can breathe a little bit now because he feel like he about to get everybody in the young mob indicted. Okay, so he feel like Stupid Duke ain't gonna come home no more. He feel like B.E. Ola Kenny is paranoid, looking over his shoulder and it's not gonna do anything. He feel like whoever else, they have set them down, And so now he's back outside. Okay. They play the game dirty. I remember this officer I used to work with in felony response used to say, "It's hard. It's hard. It's a dirty game, but I guess it's fair. It's hard, but it's fair." And my dad used to say, "It's a dirty game, but hell, somebody got to play it." So they decided to jump in and play another way. The feds watching us. We can't knock them down the way we want to, and let's kill them. So if we can't beat them, we'll just join the feds. We'll just join. We'll just join the law enforcement. Okay. If we can't beat law enforcement and kill them and trick and beat law enforcement, we'll just join them. Okay. And so that's what they did. They they played a dirty game another way. We can't knock them down and put them in the grave. We'll knock them down and take them out the game by having them in jail. That's what they did. Ain't nowhere in the world that I could know what they're doing and have all the dirt that some of these rappers like Stupid Duke and BEO and them got on Moneybag and all of them, and I not say nothing because I want to keep it gangster. Nobody, they playing a different game. They want you to keep it gangster while they get you locked up. That's what they want to do. I'd play it. I'd show them how the game is to be played. I'd master it. Okay. And all kinds of anonymous calls. Hell, they got women. All kinds of anonymous calls will be going in the Crime Stoppers and different bureaus. Okay. And then when you start to counter a lot of that stuff, that's how you make a Negro sit down. Now, I know we've been doing it. Somebody in a call and they came out here and questioned me. It couldn't have been nobody but them. Oh, hell. I think we better leave that alone because every time they do something, we do something, they feel like we did, they're going to counter that. They're going to tell on us too. They're going to get somebody to call and tell on us. Just like they're going to do what we doing. A lot of this shit would have stopped, but you know, people want to say they're keeping it, that people want to keep it street when keeping the street don't mean a damn thing when folks keeping you in the jailhouse. Okay. So anyway, child, but that's what's going on with Yo Gotti. Um, I feel like Yo Gotti is on that cocoa, and he probably get a good strand of it. He probably get the good, powder and um where you don't start to look like a crackhead, okay? Because you have folks that tell me, I got it's a cocaine, and they be bragging about it, and we already know it's crack because they can't afford no cocaine. Cocaine is a wealthy man's drug. They're real cocaine, okay? A lot of these folks think they own cocaine, they own crack. They own crack, been on it, okay? Anyways, because they can't afford no cocaine. All right. Anyways, you guys, I just want to talk about that. I got to get on back and finish my test, but I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.